Hi, this is Curt and welcome to another edition of Fire Law Roundup.
So, look, let's spend 1 minute just to note Maui. There's another lawsuit. I'm not a expert in immunities for utilities. I'm sure they're similar in a sense, but I don't know the structure of these utilities. But Maui has sued them now, and now that's the second lawsuit. And basically, if you've been dead, you haven't been seeing the news. But they've alleged that they should have de-electrified the power lines to prevent the fires. I just want to say, how fickle people are. And I'm not saying it was the right move or wrong move. I don't know. But if they did de-electrify it, this is my prediction of what you're two different timelines, right? So fine, they don't de-electrify, they have a fire. But if they did de-electrify and nobody knew there would have been a fire, even though there was a fire earlier that morning that they put out, then everyone would have been saying, oh my God, you shut down the hospitals and you shut off all the dialysis machines, right? It would have been a different, how dare you? We've never had a fire that, nobody would have known what they would have been mad about. On the other hand, people would have had their businesses and lives back too. So who knows? But
I think it'll be interesting from my perspective. The other suit that we talked about last week was filed by a couple, then it was a class action, and that was in federal court. And this one's in state court. And I'm wondering if they'll be consolidated. I guess that's, I think, one interesting thing, because when we see these mass tort suits, and there's going to be thousands of plaintiffs. I mean, let's face it. And that alone can become unwieldy for any defendant. Here's the electric company, just the cost of 1,000 different suits, or here there could be tens of thousands of suits, because there's thousands of people that were affected. So there's a procedure to take these cases to federal court and consolidate them into what we call a mass tort. So it'll be interesting to see if the county's claims then get merged into that mass tort.
Yeah, and I said last week, well, if you were in state court, there could be a venue bias where, the judges are saying, my God, my neighbor or myself, we lost everything. Everybody knows somebody on Maui, right? It's not that big of an island. Whereas the federal court is on Oahu. So maybe this was a tactical decision to see if they could get a more favorable judge. I don't know. But I'm sure there's going to be a million more of these as well.
Yeah, this is just the beginning, but it is, and the reason why it's here, although it was a fire and it impacted thousands of people, the reason why I covered it is they are seeking the costs of the fire response, and I believe they lost an apparatus. I'm not sure if they lost any stations, but I know there was at least one apparatus that I saw a picture of that had been overrun by fire. So.